This time on Thrift Minis, I'm going to show you how I make tire walls for your tabletop games. So what I start with is thrift shop toy cars. I can usually get a good bag of them for 50 cents or $1, and I break them up. I take all the wheels and all the interesting parts, and what I do is I pre-sand them, and this is going to make them easier to paint and to glue them up. So this is just some dollar store craft glue, and I'm stacking them on some plastic card. I'm going to make them 1.5 inches or 2 inches tall, but you can make them taller or shorter if you want to. I'm going to do stacks of two side by side. And once that's dry, I'm going to go around. I found the easiest thing to use is a pair of scissors and trim all that plastic card up. Once you trim it, it's going to leave these sharp edges. So you want to take something like a nail file and go around and clean those up. I've got kind of like a little oval shaped barricade tire stack. So after I've cleaned that up, that's what they look like. And what I'm going to do here, just to add some variety, I'm going to make some planks that sort of shore up this barricade. Maybe there's dirt in between these tires to help give more protection to some sort of settlement or some fortification or something. So I just kind of finger measure some balsa wood there. And balsa wood has a good grain, but if I really want to amplify it, I get something like this wire brush and I draw it across just one time each section, and I do one side. Once that's done, I flip it over, I do the other side, just in case I lose track of what side's what. And here I have the back of an old piece of furniture, some kind of wood laminate, and I figure I'll give that a try, see if I can make some planks out of that maybe give it some variety. And they do. You see it starts to split. It's different than balsa wood, but that could be cool. This stuff is supposed to look ruddy and used. So I need some posts that those planks would attach to, so I've got some sticks and some skewers, some sprue. In this case, I'm using a stick. I like sticks, they're free. So I just kind of finger measure that, and I take some clippers, snap that off, and that's going to go in between those two tires. So just a dab of hot glue. Put that stick in there, and come back and reinforce it with a little bit more hot glue. Good. All right, now the other side, I'm going to use a piece of that. I think it was a long matchstick or something. Just post that there. And then start sticking my planks up. This is that piece of balsa wood that I textured earlier. I'm just kind of trimming the edges with a razor to give it a little bit more detail. This is all going to come out in the painting phase. I'm just going to hot glue those planks up. You could use super glue or white glue if you wanted to, just hot glue is faster. Once all those are a good height, I go through all the tires. They're all supposed to look like they're rammed full of dirt or sand, like they're some sort of bulletproof, really heavy-duty wall that might protect some post-apocalyptic settlement or some sci-fi kind of fortification. So I'm taking a little trowel and just going through and filling all those spaces up. You can add rocks or little screws or something to give these pieces some weight. So the next step, before those are totally dry, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take little bits of plastic, pieces of metal and paper clip, and I'm going to add spikes to the top of these rammed earth tire walls. And then come back with some white glue over all the drywall compound. And we're gonna add some sand. It's gonna look like these things are full of dirt. So I'm just using an old brush with a little bit of water on it. And shake the dirt on it, tap it off. And that's what they look like. The next step is to prime them. So I prime them with some Krylon black spray paint and then highlight it from above with a little bit of white spray paint. And that's gonna help in the painting phase to show some shading. So now I'm taking some black craft paint and I'm going over, I'm painting all the tires and all the parts that are metal. We're gonna go from dark to light in this painting process. Next step is some burnt umber, which is like a dark brown. I'm going around, I'm painting all the dirt and all the wood. All right, after that, I'm gonna take kind of a cappuccino color, a slightly lighter brown, and I'm just gonna dry brush all the wood and all of that dirt. And you can see that wood grain is gonna start to show up now. All those details are gonna start to show with that first dry brush. Okay, after that, an even lighter brown. This is a classic caramel by Apple Barrel. It's kind of a tan color. And I'm going around, I'm dry brushing all the sand. And once I've got most of that tan off my brush, I can hit some of the other areas to make them look dusty, kind of highlight them, make it look like light is starting to hit the upper portions of these miniatures. All right, next is some Barnwood by Folk Art. It's kind of a gray tan color, and it's gonna look like that wood is really dried out and kind of old. You can start to see some of the detail there. And just like that tan color, I can go around, touch the tires with it. So next part is Typhus Corrosion by Citadel. So all the metal, I'm just gonna touch that with some Typhus Corrosion, and it's gonna give it a little bit of texture and also some different color that gives it an aged metal look. All right, so I'm getting a little bit of metallic craft paint, some silver, and I'm just touching some little pieces of the metal that just shows everybody this is metal. Then some Citadel Rise of Rust, and I'm gonna dry brush all those metal pieces. They're gonna look like rusty metal. Looks pretty cool. Now, the final highlight is some white. So really take a lot of the paint off your brush. This is a really light highlight. I'm going around, I'm just trying to give this a little bit of lighting. I'm just going around everywhere, the higher areas, giving it a little bit of white. And that's about done. The last thing you want to do is add some grass tufts and give it a little bit more detail. If you like seeing projects like this, please like and subscribe.
Well, I don't know, but I've been told uranium ore's worth more than gold. Sold my cad, I bought me a Jeep, I got that bug and I can't sleep. Uranium fever has gone and got me down. Uranium fever is spreading all around with a Geiger counter in